switch. A monkey. I told him on the way here. I was like, a monkey could do this. He was like, I'm gonna get fucked up, bub. I was like, a monkey could do this, Justin. It's one switch.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure to not mess anything up then, because then it's pretty insulting. A monkey could do this.
He's like a big gorilla anyway. What's up, Alex?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, dude.
Dude, thanks for having me. This is really cool. That was a fun show tonight. I've never been to Summit City. This is
your first time?
my first time here, dude. This is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, the open mic usually brings out a good amount of people, I think, because they just advertise it all throughout the weekend for the sold-out show. So
Yeah.
people always trickle in, new people, so it's pretty sweet. It gives a good opportunity to, like, really test out your jokes every week, you know?
Is this where you cut your teeth? You're from Indiana, right?
Yeah, but no. This is a brand new club. I think they've been open for maybe 2 months.
Okay.
I was really cutting my teeth pretty much all throughout the Midwest for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing crazy gigs. I'm sure you've done a bunch of crazy gigs.
Yeah.
You know,
the worst ones are the best ones.
Yeah, for sure. That's a lot of character building.
Yes.
You know,
For sure.
So,
Yeah. I know what you mean, man. Yeah. So did you do Jokers out here when they were still around? Were they a thing when you were?
Jokers in Indy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Jokers.
You
Yeah.
did Jokers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're more from Fort Wayne, not the Indianapolis. We're not
No.
close to Indianapolis.
No, we're like two hours away.
Oh, Jesus
from Indy.
Christ.
How far away is Dayton?
It's like 2 hours from here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get a lot done from Fort Wayne in 2 hours. You got 3.5 is Chicago, and you got Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland,
Yeah.
Columbus,
that whole
Cincinnati.
tri-state, Yeah.
Then you got Indianapolis and Louisville South. So that's a lot of places to go.
It's a good
when
region
you're,
for sure.
I think so. If you're willing to drive a couple hours, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of comics don't know. It's like if you go to these places like and you perform, people notice that you drove 3 hours away.
Oh, for sure.
On a fucking Tuesday, and they're like, man, maybe. And if you're funny, then they give you work, like they do.
Yeah, that's what I've found.
Yeah.
Like you got to do a lot of shit for free and on your own dime.
Yes.
But as long as you perform well, usually something comes out of it.
Yeah.
So either another gig that's paid or whatever.
Exactly.
I found. Yeah.
That's the best thing. I think the cool thing about now, and I feel like you can definitely relate to this, is like, we know stand-up comedy doesn't pay that well. It does.
Yeah.
The longer you're in it, right, and they're big hitters. They're Scarfaces of the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the cool thing now is like content creators, dude. Like you could be a content creator, do like skits, whether it's podcasts, whatever.
Sure.
Post this social media stuff and then
Yeah.
monetize it, and it kind of gives us an out to be
Yeah.
able to do comedy whenever we want.
Yeah.
It's like a new age.
Yeah.
you
I
know?
mean, it's crazy. Like I started becoming a content creator, like making videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I never thought I was able, like, in my mind, I was like, well, I'll never be able to make stuff that will go viral or whatever, just because like I had tried. Every time I made a video, even, just because I was like, oh, this is a funny sketch, and get like 200 views or whatever, I'd be like, man, fuck, man.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
took
put
all
all this
day.
work into this. And so I just really started studying, like, why are these going viral? Why is this? Because I would look at a video, I'm like, I don't think that's crazy funny or anything like that. Or it's just like, I'm funnier than that.
Yeah.
Like, why is that going viral? And then I just, like, really just studied it for a while. And just, like, made it goals. I was like, I'm going to start making some viral shit. Like, so I'm just going to start throwing anything I can at the wall, because it's like, it's true. It's like, especially in this day and age, it's like that's really how you get ahead in comedy. Like I don't know how. I mean, I've met tons of comics who are funny as fuck, and then it's just like, I'm like, why aren't you famous?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're like social media. It's just the older
I'm
guys
not good at it,
in their
yeah.
50s and 60s or whatever. Yeah, and I'm not good at it.
Yep.
And the thing is, I'm telling you, if you're willing to go through like trying to figure it out, like
Yeah.
really like putting yourself out there and be like, what is working, what is not. Like, you can do it. Like, anybody can. Like, if I could do it, anybody could. Like,
Yeah.
But it's brutal. Like, bombing on the internet is different than bombing
It's so
in, like, an open mic in front of 20 people.
It's
you know
so
what I mean?
different. I mean, I've taken so many videos down because I was like,
yeah.
this is going to be amazing. And then, like, dude, there was one the other
For
day
sure.
where I was, like, just reading the comments and people were just trashing me. And I was laying in bed and I was like, should I take this down?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, should I do this?
It's so funny, though, but, like, I remember one video was, like, getting trashed, like, super hard. Like other bigger creators had grabbed it and they were roasting the shit out of it. I'm like, oh my God, like this is bad. And I was like, I'm gonna delete it. And then
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not. I'm just gonna see
Yep.
what happens.
Fuck it.
Like, yeah, it's like the video was trending on this other guy's page who has since been canceled for like sexual misconduct or whatever. But at the time he was like, this, I swear to God,
Fuck
it just
that
happened.
guy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I just remember when that was going on, I was just like, just don't react and like just see what happens. Like, I've never been in this position before where it's
Yeah.
like I'm getting like viral hate. So I'm like, let me just see what happens if I don't do anything. and then it just goes away. Like nobody gives a shit. Like I
Yeah.
remember people being like, I saw that guy roasting you or whatever, and it's just like, yeah, but like I've already made like 3 or 4 more videos since then, and like another one's going viral. It's just like as long as you don't give a shit,
Yeah.
as long as you don't care, it really doesn't matter.
You just got to get past that moment. That's like a lot of shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like just that momentary
Yes.
uncomfortableness.
Yes, stay in it.
Yes.
It'll grow, help you
You
grow
live
as a
in
person.
the bomb, right?
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
I'm like a lot of comics find uncomfortable in like the silence, and like I've just learned to like that just builds suspense. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's good. You can, yeah,
Yeah, you gotta be okay with the silence for sure.
But yeah, getting through those uncomfortable moments, I think that's where we really grow as human beings. Because it's like my first instinct was to be like, I bit more than I could chew. I gotta delete this, and I gotta figure out something else. Maybe start a podcast or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but then I was just like, it's just like it's the internet. Like it's not real.
Yeah.
It's the internet. Like
Yeah, it's 5
people
minutes.
being like,
yeah.
like no one's yelled at me in my face, you know. But if you look at those comments, you're like, wow, these people are really like pissed and mad, and
Right.
and they hate you. Nobody has ever said anything unkind to my face from the result of that. So I'm just like, yeah, who gives a shit? Like as long as it doesn't bother me. Because I just remember people being like they felt bad for me, and I was
Yeah.
like, I don't care.
Right.
Like I think it's okay. Like as long as it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
So just any creators out there, just don't give a shit. Just do it.
Just
do your
keep
thing.
going, dude.
Who gives a shit?
Fuck the haters.
Yeah.
You know?
Ups
Like,
and downs, baby.
yes,
it's okay.
It's about ebbs and flows, dude. That's what life is about. Like if
Mm-hmm.
we don't have those like terrible days where we feel like we want to fucking end it all and just quit, like what are the good days when you get to like perform in front of someone you look up to, or a big
Oh, yeah.
a big
Oh, yeah.
club or something that you've been wanting to do for a while, and you're
Yeah.
like, holy shit, I did it.
Yeah.
And then it's over, and then that's not even good enough, because
Oh, yeah.
that's who we are.
Oh, yeah.
As human beings.
It's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, the levels of stuff that we're willing to do, though, I think are the things that define us. It's
Do you-
like,
like, can you
how
rem-
far are you willing to go to get that
do
feeling?
you remember like what your first goals in comedy were?
Yeah, I think just try to be funny, right?
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, really?
At first, it was
Yeah.
just like, I think I wanted to get a paid show, right? Like maybe a year in, I was like, if I can get maybe $20 on a spot or something, that
Yeah.
would be great for me, right? That was like
Yeah.
year in, but I don't know. I guess I can't really remember. What were your first goals?
I remember I wanted to do like Let's Comedy is an organization here that started in Fort Wayne. It's a comedy organization. They put on like indie shows and stuff. They bring out great people like Hannibal or whatever, Hannibal Buress, like some big names.
Yeah.
But they're here in Fort Wayne, and I remember my first goal was like I want to do a show with them. Like, that was my biggest goal in comedy. I was like, if I can do that, like, I think I'm set.
Yeah.
And that happened fairly quick, so I've just been like, well, I'm just to see how far this can go from here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that blew my mind. So it's like, I don't know, but yeah, there's always. I'll tell you this, and just for the listeners, because I imagine a lot of comics probably listen to this.
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. Like, I just performed at the Embassy. 2,400 people, sold out. Couldn't believe I got the opportunity. But one of my friends asked me, like how was it? Like, what did it feel like? And I'm going to tell you and everybody here, like, it made everything worth it. The bombing, like, the depression,
The hate
anxiety.
comments,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Or, yeah, just going through that grind and struggle of doing open mics. And, like, I mean, sometimes you drive 2-3 hours to a place and nobody's there.
Yeah.
And then it's like you get no money. I just remember being like, as soon as that set was over, I was like, all that was worth it.
It was like a culmination
Yeah.
of everything you have been through up to that
I was
point.
like, if that's what I had to do in order to do this, it was worth it. Like,
It's so dope, bro.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just keep grinding, keep
Yeah.
doing your thing, because so many crazy opportunities have happened to me that I never would have.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
You're hugely inspirational. I follow you on Facebook and Insta and stuff, and I always see the stuff that you post, and you're always so humble about it. And like, I think that's the coolest part is like you explain it in a way where like you're just still the open micer guy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you're not though. You realize that, right? You know
well,
that.
I mean, like, I've been getting like small road work for probably like a year and a half, 2 years now, where it's like I'm making it decent, not enough to really be like, like, oh, I'm a full-time comedian, but I'm making it work with the videos and little stand-up that I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I'm still gonna do open mics for sure.
Right.
Like, yeah, I saw a comic recently be like, I'm like they just got to like a new level or whatever in comedy, and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna do open mics anymore. Like, fuck that. And I was like, I'll always be doing open mics, probably.
yeah.
Like,
How do you
why
try
would,
new shit?
yeah, for sure. I mean, there's times like when you're doing regular shows that you could be like, oh, I'm gonna try this out here, but it's just like, yeah, I would never go in blind.
Yeah.
I love the open mics.
Have you though? Have you ever like just kind of swung back a little too hard and then missed?
Like, are you taking like coming back like at a heckler or something like
no,
that?
at a show. Like I did it recently. Like I was like doing a longer set, and I was doing well. So I was like, I'm just gonna throw some new bits in here.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were really as worked out in my head as I
Sure.
thought, because I had this like idea. 'Cause I
Yeah.
was doing well, and then I kind of ate it.
And finding that out live on stage is brutal.
Oh,
To be
dude.
like, as soon as you start something like, man, I'm not ready to do this.
Yeah,
man. Like,
this doesn't
built
even
it
go
up
along
here
with that
and-
other shit.
Yeah.
You know, you
That's
think
brutal.
it does. Like in my head, I have like a segue or something. I'm like, this connects. I was like, this
Yeah.
is part of my set. This is obviously where it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And then nope, done. So
yeah.
yeah, that happens.
Well, I've
sometimes.
had this show I just did this past weekend. It was a great show. There was like at least 250 people there. It was great. It was a dog fundraiser in like this ballroom. But people were there to laugh. They were there to have a good time. And it's like I'm a little bit more like I don't know, blue, I guess. Like I'll talk about sex and I'll say the F word. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's just who I am. But like I had this joke that involved Casey Anthony. Do you remember her? She murdered her kid.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I've been doing this Casey Anthony bit, which is crazy. It's like so far, it happened so long ago, and I make reference to that in the joke. But it was killing when I first started doing it like 6 months ago, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. And then the past like 3 shows I had done, it got like nothing. Like nobody reacted at all. Like people were very turned off by it. And that just happened to me in front of those like, 250 people. I was on a roll. I was on a roll. I was cooking. And I'm just like, what do you think about Casey Anthony? I just go, and people are just so turned off. And then like I have to do the second part of the joke because it's a callback to the beginning. So it's like I have to get through this like 2 minutes of people not laughing. But then when I
Yes.
get to the callback, people start laughing again. I'm like, all right, see, that's why I had to do it. But now I realize it's like I can't do that joke anymore.
Yeah.
Like a lot of comics I feel like will be like, you know,
It was the crowd.
sure. I
You
mean,
think- yeah.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes it is the crowd. Like
Yeah.
that situation, it definitely wasn't. It was my jokes. But I mean, I don't know. Some shows you do, it's just like, all right, man. Like this crowd sucks.
I've had
like,
hard crowds for sure.
I
Where
think
you
you
have
should-
to
I
go
think
talk
you-
to them and coax them into your set.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
like, listen,
sure.
guys, you got to loosen up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do jokes here. What'd you
Yeah,
come
for
for?
sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Those are rough ones.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm totally cool with like being darker or like edgier or whatever. Like as long as you're really trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
Like to be funny. Like I remember like it seemed like when I would do that Casey Anthony bit to them, like I was just trying to be like, you know, like shocking.
Does it sound like preachy almost? Basically.
No. It's just like it. I guess there's a shock value to it because people don't think I'm about to be talking about Casey Anthony. Like it
Right.
comes up very, you know, misdirectionally, and like it used to kill and it didn't. And it's just like yeah, it's like I want people to have a good time. Like even though I think that joke is funny, like I'm not gonna do it anymore because if the audience isn't liking it, it's like I don't care how much I love a joke. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's for them. It's not for me. So it's just
As
like
a comedian, though, you appreciate the art form so much so that you're like, I just want the shows to be good.
yeah, for
It doesn't
sure.
matter if you feel like, yeah, I got that fucking joke off, and I'm a great
Yeah.
writer, and I.
Yeah, like I feel like some comics get mad. They're like you guys don't think this is funny
Yeah.
or whatever, and it's just like no, they done it, you know. So you know, fix that.
No, yeah, that's true, dude. I've done the same thing though. I've been guilty of it where I'm like, yeah, this is your fault.
Oh yeah, I've done it too.
This joke
yeah,
worked
yeah.
so well the other night, you guys wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Literally. Like,
Oh yeah, I've done that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. That's
Yeah.
actually that's funny to do. That's funny.
Hell yeah.
I think the open mic let out.
I think so too. They're busy back there. How long have we been going, Justin? Just say a number.
Damn, Justin
Eat how many fries
is hammered.
as to how many minutes we've been going. Jesus Christ. 14. 13? Cool.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's not bad. I think we got some juice so far for sure.
Yeah, is this
Yeah.
good? Do you think this is going well? By the way.
I think so, yeah, man.
Okay.
I think you're a fun person to talk to.
Hell yeah, man.
You know,
well, I
dude?
appreciate that. When did we first meet? I gotta be honest with you. It's been a while since we've seen each other in person, right?
I think so.
You're like
a long time.
You're like beefier, like muscular, like bigger than I thought you were. I thought you were short for some reason.
Yeah.
And then when I saw you, I knew it was you because of your face. And then when we were like dapping it up, I was like, man, this kid's been like eating the greens and hitting the
I've
gym.
been
Like
going-
it seems like you grew a foot since the last time I saw you.
I've been going pretty hard. Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see it. Everybody keeps telling me, they're like, dude, you're really filling out. And I'm like, I don't know. I did have to buy 2X
It's
shirts
very
recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very Captain America-y.
Yeah.
Like it's very you're just like you're ready.
I'm working on it. I'm ready to go up there and tell jokes.
So you've been going to the gym?
Yeah, like 3
Good
times
for
a
you.
week.
Good for you.
For a couple years. Dude, I used to be like really fat, bro. Like I was like 300,
really?
360
Get
pounds.
out of here.
I was huge, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, big guy. And
That's
then,
motivational right there.
Yeah, man, that was like I think that was kind of like the start to me like kind of better in my life, and
It's
then
good, so good to do that. You
yeah,
got to do it.
once I did that though, like I was like I can do comedy, like
Yeah,
like
no, for sure.
for real.
It's such an easy environment to like use drugs and alcohol and
Yep.
like whatever you can, sex, food. Like it's just the perfect environment for like those kind of bad behaviors to thrive.
Yeah.
Like I've been guilty of doing all that shit doing comedy because it's like, yeah, I've had my own issues or whatever. But when I quit drinking, like that's when everything was like a big turning point in my life, in my comedy career and everything was like, I just didn't realize I was just done like over the hangovers, like
Yeah.
and apologizing to people for like I would get in arguments with people, and I didn't even like know what we were talking about. Like
Yeah, you just wanted to win, basically.
yeah, like
ego
I don't know.
arguments.
Yeah,
and
I
shit.
don't even know. It's like I had these strong opinions about shit that like I had done zero research on, and like I was just like I'm fucking done drinking, and like as soon as I did that, like yeah, man. I don't know. If anybody out there's like on the fence if they should quit boozing, just stick to weed.
I only smoke weed too. I don't do alcohol anymore, and I made a lot of bad decisions, dude. And I also made a lot of like bad decisions as a comedian. Maybe like
Sure.
like you think you got it because you're cool and you're calm, but you don't, bro. And you're stumbling.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I think it takes. Like without filming your sets and shit, it takes other people to tell you, like, "Hey, dude, you were fucking shitty tonight. Like, you were sloppy drunk up there. Like, I don't know, you were having a good time. It looked like, but no one else was."
I knew this comic. I'm not gonna say his name, but he would do cocaine, and he'd be like, I do it because it just makes me feel good when I'm on stage. But like he wasn't getting any laughs, but he
Yeah.
was like okay with it because he was all coked up. So he's like, it's fine.
It's like,
Oh,
this
what's
feels
up?
good to me.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something. My bad. That's JT. You met JT. He's my roommate in LA. We're moving out there on Saturday.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Is he coming in here? Say what's up to the
You
people,
want to
man.
slide in, man?
This is JT, writer for CBS's Bob Hart's Abishola.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up with you?
Thanks for coming. I'm Johnny. Nice to meet you, man.
Hey, nice to meet you, man. I'm Jake. Yo, we can do it this. I'm a lefty, but
You have a
still.
strong grip, dude.
You know.
He was talking about I was working out. Jesus Christ, you just doing push-ups at the house all day?
Well, yeah, that, and I worked in factories for 17 years. It really helps with your upper body strength. You
I
know,
got
like
you,
making
dog.
plastic tanks and shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know.
What kind of plastic tanks were you making?
I was making, like a fire truck.
Yes.
Okay. A fire truck has to carry around a certain amount of water in case it can't find a hydrant.
Okay.
You know. So it's APR on Lima Road in Fort Wayne, and we built the tanks that go inside of the fire trucks in case they don't have any water near them, and a lot of custom huge tanks and stuff like water tanks or ionizing tanks, for chemicals and shit like that. I hated it.
I treat lawns for a living. So
Oh, word?
That's what I was gonna say. I didn't know if you made those tanks. 'Cause, I know that. I think those.
This
get
guy
made.
writes for CBS, and you guys are talking about plastic tanks right now?
Yeah. So how'd you get started as a
Yeah.
writer for CBS? Thank you, Alex.
Alex. I filled out a Stewart packet last year. The Jon Stewart show. I was working in the factory. I've been working in factories for 17 years, and the Stewart packets came around last year for the new Jon Stewart show. The problem with Jon Stewart.
Okay.
For the Apple TV. And so they were doing a worldwide search for writers, and it was blind submissions. So it didn't matter where you were from or what you were doing or who you were or even what your name was because they didn't have it. It was just your submission. And so I sent one in, and I made it to the next round, and then I made it to the next round, and I made it to the next round after that, and then I made it to the finals, and they were like, hey, they sent me an email, and they're like, hey, we're not, we're going to go in a different direction. And I was like, bet, thanks. I mean, I was just working in a factory anyway. I was just stretching my writing muscles.
Yeah.
I had finished a pilot months before, and I was just like, just something to do. And like a couple hours later, the head writer for the show hit me up and was like, we love your writing. We like to send it to somebody, to an executive. And she sent my pilot in to an executive over at Disney on a Sunday. And by Wednesday, I had a meeting scheduled with Disney. And then I did the meeting with Disney, and they liked me. And so they told some other people that they liked me. So I met with some other producers and stuff, and they told people that they liked me. And then agents and managers started calling because they realized somebody was probably going to pay me to be a writer soon. So they might as well make some of the money.
Yeah.
And so I picked one of them. And then they called, my managers and my agents called me like 3 weeks after I picked them and was like, hey, you're going to go interview for this show. You're probably not going to get it. They only hire 60-year-old white dudes, but go check it out. It's Chuck Lorre's show, you know what I mean? He did 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, Two Broke Girls, United States Owl that's on right now, Be Positive that's on right now, Mom, like all of these like big deal, Big Bang Theory, like these big deal shows. They're just like, once you're in there, you're in.
Yeah.
So, go, let's see what you can do. And they interviewed me, and it just so happened that the two people who interviewed me were, one is Gina Yashere, the comedian, and she's amazing and hilarious, and I'm a comedian, I'm a comic, so I was already familiar with her work. So I really just wanted to talk to her. I was just hyped about talking to him. I didn't think I was gonna get the job.
Yeah.
It was just cool to talk to him. And the other one was Al Higgins, and I wasn't too familiar with his work. I didn't know I was that familiar with his work yet. I just knew, I looked him up because I did research on all the people I had been meeting with before I would have these meetings.
Yeah.
And his brother is Higgins from The Tonight Show, and Craig from Malcolm in the Middle. Right, the kind of heavy-set guy with the glasses from Malcolm in the Middle that was in love with Lois. That's his brother. First of all, I didn't even know those two dudes were brothers.
I didn't know there was.
Yeah. And then there's a third one. It's Al, and he's fucking great. And he actually was one of the head writers for Malcolm in the Middle for years. He was on News Radio. He's like all of your favorite things. Like he had a hand in a lot of your favorite things from the past 20-some years.
Yeah.
Like, dude is really, really brilliant. And so I met with them, and I had a lot of respect for him. I'm talking to him like I'm talking to you. And then, like, a few hours later, my agents called me and was like, we think you probably go get this job. And then a day later, they called me, and I had my newborn son laying on my chest, so I couldn't, like, yell and scream the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
But they called me, and it was like, hey, we like you. We want to bring you in. So, and I've been working there since then. And I can work remotely, so I'm in Fort Wayne, like, 3 weeks at a time. And then I'm in L.A. for a month and some change, and then back in Fort Wayne for 3 weeks.
Hell yeah, dude. That must be amazing being a writer these days, because you could just send in your scripts, right? You could just send in your... You don't have to go on meetings and stuff too, though.
Oh yeah, we have production meetings and we have assignments. You can't. I thought apparently everybody runs their rooms differently. I have no perspective for how this room runs, but I know it's a lot of positivity. It's a lot of multiple different kinds of voices speaking and putting into the show, and that's what makes the show so like heartfelt. It gets kind of lost. Sometimes things can look like a certain thing, and until you like try it, you don't know, like what it is. In the show, it definitely looks like a certain thing.
Yeah.
I know to the outside it looks like a certain thing. If you watch the show, it's very respectful to the Nigerianness of it. It's very respectful to it's not usually 9 times out of 10, the Nigerians are not the butt of the joke. It's the other way around because they see things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And that's just a different kind of vibe than what a usual sitcom would do.
Yeah,
that's what I like so much about it.
That's a fun idea, though, right? I mean, and it's definitely like moving more towards like, like the all-inclusiveness of what we have in this generation.
It's Bob Hart's Abishola, Mondays at 8:30. With Billy Gardell. Yeah, Billy Gardell's in it. It's on season 3. I came in on season 3. We just got approved for season 4, and they just made me a story editor. And they,
that's awesome.
So they just promoted me and made me a story editor for season 4. So, not a staff writer anymore, which is good.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Bigger bag for your boy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, don't even worry about it. Me and Alex are working on the pilot right now. We haven't knocked down a name for it yet, but it's going to be based on our first month in Burbank. Well, my first month in Burbank, I had cash, but it's not like not enough cash to like buy a house, right?
Yeah.
So I have enough money to rent something. I have more than enough money to rent something, not enough money to like buy a car cash or like, buy a house cash or something like that.
Yeah.
Just enough money to like rent something or rent here or rent there. And so our experience the first month we were there was a lot of we're staying in an Airbnb for 2 weeks and I still got to do my job and I don't even know if I'm good at my job and Alex is doing his thing and he's out there and there's a lot of expectations and it's a lot, like the little microaggressions that we would deal with that maybe Alex didn't see at first when we were first. Like it'd be times when the Uber driver would pull up and I called the Uber. You know what I mean? It's in my name in the Uber. And the dude had a door locked until I made sure to tell him my name. And this is my guy right here. Yeah, I had to beg him to come out to L.A. with me. I'm so glad he did, though.
Yeah.
For sure, because it really, once you get out there and you see it, you know what I mean? Like you see, like it's one thing to be here and we say, man, the people live in the hills out there. It's wild. That's like you don't have to connect directly with that because it's not real. It's not a reality to you when you're here. When you're there and you look at the mountains and there's a dude driving his car from the mountains and you go and somebody tells you, yeah, if you work hard enough, you can get there. It really makes you want to work hard enough to get there.
Yeah.
And that's like watching him like go like hard the way he's been going and the successes that he's reached. It's just dope. It's just dope to see my friend succeed in the way he does. I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of it.
Dude, it's good to have people like that in your life. I mean, not just like in comedy, obviously in life in general, though, dude. Like how often do you see someone that's like becoming successful that's around you, and it gives you that much more of a drive where you're like, I need this in my life too. Like we need to know each other for a reason, right? It's like the universe pulled you guys together.
Yeah, like I been just doing stand-up. Like, I try to make videos, like, I cared about it and everything, but, like, I just wasn't putting out content that people were really fucking with. And then he got hired to write on a CBS show, and another friend of mine got hired to write on an Adult Swim show. And I was like, fuck, man, like my peers are, they're on another level. Like, what can I do? How can I get to the next level? You know what I mean? And, like, that's why I was just like, with the videos, like, just trying my fucking hardest with the videos, and like,
you're definitely doing it, dude.
Trying.
You are.
Well, thanks.
You are. You're hilarious.
Some are great, some are not. You know what I mean? But it's like I'm still trying to figure it out. But the way I look at it is like, what kind of shit if I keep this up will I be making in 5, 6 years, 10 years?
Yeah.
If I just keep trying to fuck with it and get better, and like I can't even, just like with stand-up, it's just like compared to like the first year to your 6th year. You know what I mean? Like, technically this is like, at least in my way, like probably my first year making TikToks or trying to make Instagram videos or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, it's like, I'm excited to be like, what is that going to look like in 6 years? You know what I mean?
I'm the same way, dude. And just like seeing your success and everything, it makes me want to work that much harder.
Well, fuck yeah.
I put my videos out and like shit like that.
So. I try to inspire people because it's like, it's like I don't have anything crazy. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's just like, I'm just a road comic. We're all funny. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I remember that feeling of like, I don't know how to fucking do this. Like, I'm never going to get out of this spot because it's like, I don't know how to fucking work the internet. Like, I was super late to get into Instagram. Like, TikTok was a whole new bag of hammers, you know what I mean? I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I just dedicated to it, and it worked. So that's why I'm so pumped about it, to be like, hey, man, if I can fucking do it, you can too. Like, you just got to be willing to experiment and see what works for you and what doesn't. You know what
Keep putting that message out there, man, for sure.
And the thing about Alex is that I just started doing stand-up not even 2 years ago. Like, I just started writing maybe in January of 2020, right? So when I first started coming out to the comedy scene, Alex is the one that's like, I've been doing this 7 years. This is how I do it. This is what I do. This is what you know what I mean? I'm listening to that. I'm soaking it up. I'm 10 years older than Alex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm soaking it up because he has the experience. He's a veteran comic. He's been doing this for 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. What is it?
6 years.
6 years. Well, I'm just saying, that's still 3 times as long as I've been doing it.
Yeah.
He has important stuff that I needed. So he was motivation for me.
Yeah, so he's
to
a
get
part
out
of
there.
your success. Just
Absolutely a part of it, because I couldn't, as a comedian, I would not be the place that I am, even as far as like making the jokes that I make, without his help and without him like showing me the ropes of the comedy world, like just the basics. I'm a quick study, but he gave me so much of the basics that I absolutely needed.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so cool, man. Yeah. Dude, I really appreciate you doing the show tonight. I know you didn't have to do this.
Thanks for having us.
No, thanks for having me, dude. And I'm glad you slid in
thanks
too, dude.
to the Summit City Comedy Club for letting us do this here.
Yes, thank you, Ryan, and the Summit City Comedy Club for letting us do this.
JT Comedy Official on Instagram and Facebook, and Mr. Marcus 260 on Twitter.
Yeah, and Alex, you want to do yours?
Yeah, so it is Jamarcus Turner on. Just make sure you guys get that. It's
at Jamarcus Turner.
It's everything is Alexander the Eakin. Alexander the Eakin, or you can just look up Alex Eakin. Like, people, I don't think there's really a need for like tag names anymore.
No,
it's like,
I
if
told
you just
someone,
look up my name, it'll pop up.
I told a friend about you today, and he was like, "Who?" And so he Googled you, and he was like, "Oh, the Polly Want a Cracker guy." That's what he said. I know you are. Yeah. I also love the video you guys did about you banging his wife. Hilarious. Yeah. Hilarious.
Squash the beef.
He looked at you like, listen, I still am mad about that. Yeah. He just never let it go.
Yeah, hell yeah, I remember that. I remember being like, we went to that bridge, and I'm like, I know this is crazy, but I think this might work. Squash the beef.
Yeah, it's like
not after you fucked my wife. I was like, I think it'll play.
That's so funny, dude. Yeah, well, you had to really sell it to him, huh?
Oh yeah. No, he's always been super down and supportive. It's almost, I can't even almost believe it. He's just like, yeah, man, let's do it. I don't care. And I'm like, you sure? Like, you write for television? You sure? You're like, he's just like, yeah, man, I fuck with you. Let's go.
That's awesome.
He's always been down to like.
I trust my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's successful. He's good at what he does. So if he says it's cool, it's probably gonna be cool. If I'm just saying, I trust successful people when they tell me the thing that they do that they're good at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking trust that person.
Right.
I'm not scared to get goofy.
Yeah, exactly. He's always down to be goofy or be silly. You know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate that in people. I think we need to take life, not so seriously.
Straight
you know,
up, dude.
just
I think you
have
guys are a
have
good match.
time.
I
Yeah,
can't wait
think so, too.
till your show comes out because
Yeah,
who's
that'd
not
be-
gonna want to watch that? That's fucking that's amazing.
Yeah, I think
so.
we got something really good. So
Sweet,
we're
man.
looking forward to it. So maybe we'll come back around a couple years and see.
I would love to
compare the interviews.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd love to have you guys back on someday. So thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks
Sweet,
for
man.
having us, dude.
Thanks, man. No, appreciate you.
That was great, man. Thanks for having us, dude. Thank you, dude.